It's the world. I'm in P World. Travis Scott's AstroWorld Festival was bad. Now I'm gonna tell y'all, I'm just now tapping in completely like last night into what was even going on with this. I had no idea, stuff like was really this serious. Um, Definitely a moment of silence and RIP to the people that lost their lives last night or whenever the show was. That was just trying to have some fun. You know what I mean, and have a good time. And chaos ensued. You know what I'm saying? Just want to let y'all know, man. It's very, very wild out here right now. Wild times we in right now. You know what I'm saying? Real spiritual warfare going on out here. You know what I'm saying? So protect yourself and, watch your surroundings and, what I'm saying? Pay close attention to what you tap into and what you give your energy to. Real shit.
Just so that it's known, this is precisely why I'm
still learning about all this, though.
Unless the artist is an indie artist, they don't have a large fan base, or their fan base isn't typically above the age of 25 to 30 years old. My experience, this is typically behavior
that shit is insane right there, bro.
From an artist who's younger that generally has a younger fan base. So Travis Scott definitely fits the bill for the tragedy that happened last night at his festival.
What the fuck is all that about, bro?
People being trampled, people being stampeded on, people being walked over, stepped on, smothered. I fully expect that kind of at a Travis Scott show. Travis has enabled this behavior before. He's encouraged it through previous tweets. Why I would never attend a crowded venue or an overly populated show. It's never a good idea to be mixed in with that many people. I felt this way since that Vegas tragedy. When you have this much overpopulation in one specific area, in the event of an emergency, having to mass exit the area within a few minutes. It's impossible to get anywhere and get anywhere safely without the fear or very strong possibility of being stampeded upon, trampled, suffocated, misplaced from the people that you originally came with. Now, I'm always looking at the business side, the business aspect of it, and the business of this show is absolutely terrible. Why is it that this same lot that's been used for years for a smaller crowd is also being used years later for a bigger crowd, significantly bigger? More people are buying tickets as the years progress, and then the same lot is being used. Staffing for these shows typically suck, especially after COVID. So you have an overcrowded show with staff that can't possibly answer whatever the call of emergency is. People are complaining that people broke through the gates and that security wasn't doing anything. There is like 3 security guards in this one clip. It is impossible to contain this many people with this level of staff. You think this one guy is gonna block everyone from getting in? You have to keep into account what a security guard is even legally able to do or obligated to do.
This
in
is the
certain
video,
situations.
though, not me.
They can't even touch you in certain situations.
Yeah.
2 water stations built for a crowd of over 50,000 people over the course of 2 days.
I just hopefully just bring awareness to y'all, you know what I'm saying, for next time that there is a big show or something like that. Man, have some compassion for others and shit. Like, look out for each other, because this shit.
I know there are people that are gonna cite all of Live Nation's follies and everything that they've done wrong over the course of the past decade or so, or even longer than that. But keep in mind, Live Nation is a billion-dollar company, and with any company that makes that amount of money, you're going to have citations, you're gonna have lawsuits, you're gonna have plenty of violations over the course of your business, because business is business. Nothing just runs smoothly all the way through just because you make a ton of money. That being said, this overpopulation and this consistent understaffing seems to be too normal of a thing with this particular company. The fact that this video even
tighten up, Live Nation,
and you understand that it was before any deaths had even occurred, shows me the negligence of the people that are running the show or that have the ability to prevent a show from starting. After seeing this, the immediate protocol should just be, you know what, we're not even going to have the show, or we're going to cut the amount of people that are able to attend at this point, because this is ridiculous. You have people stampeding at this stage. They haven't even seen Travis yet. Police departments, the fire departments, the medical staff. How is it that, and I know this is the state of Texas that we're talking about, this is already a breeding grounds for the worst situation humanly possible, but how do you look at this particular lot, say that it's suitable for 50,000 people, and whoever makes the decision to okay that says okay? I think it's suitable to have 2 water stations serving a 50,000 people crowd plus more, understaffed security, understaffed medical. The amount of people that these specifications, these numbers have to go through before it receives an okay It's ridiculous to me that it was still given the thumbs up. Looking at this before it even happened,
I didn't even
it
know
looks
all
like
this,
a breeding
yo.
ground for disaster. Apparently, some of the healthcare workers who were actually at the event said that they were undersupplied. No AED, no stretcher, no gloves, no ambu bag. So we already have an overcrowded event with understaffing, and now we don't have enough supplies to take care of the people if there is a crisis. And that's just referencing the people who died. There were hundreds of people who were injured, but the number of people whose lives were put in jeopardy in a situation like this is well into the thousands. The show
R.I.P. to those
organizers,
people, man.
Live Nation,
Shit's sad,
Houston,
bro.
Harris County, we have to get through this many systems before this
Be
show
careful
is
sharing
even
these
given
images
the
around, bro.
okay.
It's just,
And it still got the okay,
just,
knowing how it looks.
tragic,
That
bro.
to the side for a moment. I just wanted to address the fan base. Travis Scott has fans similar to what you might think a Lil Uzi has, a Playboy Cardi. People who listen to this type of music, who think, you know, it's rage music. I mean, I hate that term. I want them to just see this.
Damn, fam. I mean, look at that. I didn't even see this. What is this? I didn't even see this artwork, bro. Look at this artwork, bro. Like,
The next time you think about
open
paying
your eyes
for
to a
show,
whole new
and
universe.
to do more research about where a show is located, the amount of people that are going to be there, the tickets that are sold, and how the artist promotes it. Travis Scott literally said, "P.S. Show is sold out, but I finessed a bit more for y'all." Why? Why would you do that? Why would you allow even more people?
Bro,
at
I
a
didn't
show
even- I didn't
that's
even know
already
all this, yo.
overpopulated in your hometown? There are going to be plenty of people out there that are going to say Travis Scott should serve no responsibility, should serve no blame for this situation. If you look at the history, right? Travis Scott has had a history of encouraging and allowing his fan base, his concert goers, to ignore security, ignore protocol, and jump barricades, stampede the front stage, putting
What
the
the
lives
fuck?
of the security staff in jeopardy, putting the lives of the medical staff in jeopardy, putting the lives of your own concert goers in jeopardy for the feeling or emotion that you have in a show in the moment. When you have a history of encouraging this type of behavior, it's going to follow you. It's going to grow and evolve. It's not just going to dissipate. People are going to remember Travis Scott's cool with us doing that. Remember his show from 5 years ago, from 4 years ago, from 3 years ago, where he told us that we could just ignore security and just start a mosh pit, start a riot? You remember when he told us that before? We can do it again. And then you see that he's allowing more people at a show that's already looking overcrowded. Maybe the artist just shows up and they don't look at any of the specifications, the numbers. They don't look at where they're performing, even though I find that extremely hard to believe. For safety measures, I would assume that they would be told something, because even the artists live themselves are at jeopardy when you have this many people at a show. That's why I said I don't want to attend shows that traditionally have a younger crowd, because younger crowds are typically easily influenced even by something that is a horrible suggestion by the artists themselves. Now we have tweets that are coming out from other people saying that Travis Scott is the one who is looking at people as they've been carried out and he's being unresponsive and continuing the show. This clip, for instance, in context, is actually not as damaging as it looks. Travis Scott was stopping the show periodically to allow people to be carried out when it was a little bit more calm, trying to wait for security to give them the okay to start back up again. But after so many people being injured and carried out, you should just stop the show. You should just stop, because you don't want more people to continue to be hurt. You have too many people in this particular area at one time. You need to call off the show. At some point, it's no longer about entertainment, it's about safety. If you stop your show more than 2 times to allow someone to be carried out, you need to take into account this is probably going to keep happening as my show gets more and more hype. It's not worth it. The people in the crowd are basically at the mercy of how the crowd is moving. Meaning, if you want to move...
Yeah, man, I seen a video of a female, like, going up to the person that was controlling the camera, just, like, begging them, like, stop the show. So she's like, somebody died, like, please stop the show, man. Like, crazy,
independent
bro.
From a crowd of thousands and thousands of people, you won't be able to. You have to go where they're going. You have to move where they're moving. If they move forward, you have to move forward, unless you're at the very back, which no one wants to be. And I'm telling people who are watching this video, you should be a certain height when you're going to certain shows. I wouldn't even recommend you go to certain shows unless you're at least 5'10". Last but certainly not least are clearly the concert goers themselves, the people that are just so willing to ignore any safety protocols,
Yeah, you
ignore
gotta tighten
any
up, yeah.
restrictions, any guidelines. People who are so excited at
He
the
tried to
idea
trip
of
somebody. I saw
entertainment
that.
that are so willing to ignore anything possibly going on anywhere else, but so desperately want to live in the moment that they're willing to ignore the possibility of anyone behind them getting injured,
Is it really
being
that
walked
real,
and
bro?
run
Oh, God.
over. At some point, you
It's
have
not
to have
that
a
real,
level of
bro.
accountability for yourself and for the common folk around you. Like, yo, maybe these rules are in place not because they want to control us, but because people need to be safe. Everyone isn't built the same. It shouldn't have to be that unique of a thing for you to be able to tap the person next to you and be like, yo, tap the person next to you, say there's an emergency, and for that information to be received in a very short time frame so that
Bro,
everyone can
what
look
the
around and be
fuck?
like, yo, we gotta
They
chill.
just
But
keep
no one's
coming.
paying attention because the concert matters more than the lives. Horrible crowd, horrible venue,
L
horrible
crowd, yeah.
organizers, horrible jurisdiction.
I mean,
horrible
I'm not saying like everybody, but like with the like just breaking the rules and shit like that, just to go see this shit. That's L shit. But W crowd to the people that was like really trying to get people help. Like there was motherfuckers out there begging for, you know, them
response
to
from
stop
the
the show.
artist, in my opinion. I'm not saying this is Travis Scott's fault for those deaths, but I'm saying that you should be able to, in real time, look at a situation and determine whether or not it is going to get worse. Knowing the type of behavior that you've encouraged, maybe not created, but encouraged with your past behavior, you should be able to predict, hey, this isn't probably gonna go well. I'm a huge artist. I have a ton of success. I'm in my hometown. People are already getting injured.
Right.
I've already said that I've gone against protocol myself as the person who can have a huge deciding factor in whether we continue the show or not, and I'm still gonna keep it going? No, I'm sorry, you can't get that one off. I know for a fact there were people that were unresponsive and probably already dead while the concert was still happening. And there were enough people that said, fuck that, my experience in this fun matters more than this person that could possibly be dying next to me. It's insane. Concert culture is
Damn, that
not a
shit's
good culture
packed,
to me.
bro.
Y'all just be mindful of this the next time you plan on seeing a big artist, a huge artist. Look at the artist's background, what they've promoted in the past, if they've always abided by safety regulations, if they've always prioritized the lives of their concert goers. You need to consider these things because you are very, very likely putting your own life in danger just by trying to go have a good time. Businesses like Live Nation that don't care one fuck about any of the people that are attending but care about their bottom line the most, and people like the artists themselves that are somewhat negligent and are willing to ignore the safety and the risk associated with allowing their fan base to do whatever it is that they want and go crazy and quote unquote rage at their shows. The situation was handled horribly on all sides, in my opinion, and rethink the next time you want to go.
Yeah, man. Prayers go out to those families.
With
You know what I'm
this
saying? And those
artist-
people that lost their lives. Just trying to go have some fun. Go see a concert, man. Definitely prayers out to them, man. You know? Difficult situation. Devastating. We gotta be careful out here, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Until next time, it's the world.